everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thought I would jump in and do a quick track guide for the upcoming Le Mans 24-hour race. I'll be driving for Team SimSpark Racing. It's our first entry into the GTP category for endurance racing, and a couple of the guys were asking about lap times and stuff like that, so I thought you know, to help the boys out, I would jump in and show them how I'm doing my laps, and hopefully they can learn something from the tutorial. We'll go out with the race set and we'll do maybe 4 or 5 laps, and then I'll just pick a lap and we'll do like a slow motion walkthrough for braking points and turn-in points and stuff like that, track limits. So yeah, let's head out. I put the deployment screen on so you guys can see what I'm doing. So yeah, let's head out on track here. You can see my throttle and brake inputs on the right. So you can also see my tire pressures and my tire temps on the steering wheel dash. So we want to have the tire pressures above 1.65 bar, and the tire temps we want to be in around the 60 Celsius range. And for the first 2 laps, it takes 2 laps for the tires to warm up, so I don't put the deployment in anything other than build, because you don't want to be in attack mode with cold tires. You'll spin the car. You just can't get aggressive on the throttle, and just you'll lose the rear end of the car. So we'll leave it on build for a couple laps, and then we'll switch it to balanced. So you can see the lights on the sides of the steering wheel. Those are the traction control lights, and they're also the ABS lights as well. So looking at the forecast for the race, it looks like there's only a 15% chance of precipitation for the whole 24-hour race, so that looks good. I'm hoping for a nice dry race through the night, because rain and night racing is very difficult. But we'll see. Sometimes iRacing throws little curveballs at us to make us think that there's going to be a certain weather pattern, and then they change it. Tires are still cold. So we'll leave our deployment, our battery deployment, in build. A little bit of a lock up there, don't want to do that. Got to take it easy on the tires. So at this track, you want to try to minimize your steering. So less steering is best steering here for speed, especially in the GTP car. Abrupt movements tend to upset it. You want to try to round off as many corners as you can, keep the momentum up. Alright, we are going to get ready to switch our deployment to balanced. Okay, we've switched our deployment mode. Okay, our tires are up to temperature. Let's try to get a good lap in here. So you can see my delta on the right side of the steering wheel, and it's gaining. We're gaining time. You always want to see that. Gained half a second so far on the lap. A little bit of a bad exit out of that corner. Hopefully we can hold it at 39. Switch to attack. Attack mode really uses a lot of battery. So our last lap was a 3:28.66. Probably do our walkthrough on that. But let's finish this lap off. Yeah, the battery state is getting below 25%, so we're not getting as much juice. Let's head into the pits here. This is a race I really want to win. It's for me, it's a pinnacle world endurance race, and I would love to be able to say that I won it, even though it's in a simulator. It would still be awesome. Okay, let's take a look at the laps. So that one was an off track. So yeah, let's watch this lap back, and we'll go in the cockpit view. Okay, so this corner right here, you want to be out in these paint strips over here, but you want to make sure that your right tire stays on this white line, and then you want to turn in. You'll see right here, I'm right out on the paint strip. And then as soon as I commit to it, I want to try to straddle this white line with the car. And as soon as I get to the apex, I want to be braking. I want to come down into third. So fifth, fourth, third, and then once I'm in third, then like you want to do your braking in a straight line. Then I start to turn in. And you can see I'm just kind of balancing the throttle here, trying to keep the car. I give it a little stab to get it up the hill a bit. Then I'm just kind of trailing on the throttle to keep it from spinning, keeping the diff locked. And then here you're full out. Keep it all the way to the left and then cut across. And then here I shift down to fourth right after the pavement goes to the lighter color. And I could have even waited a little bit longer to do my turn in on this lap, but you want the left tires in these rumble strips. It helps the car, and there's a lot of banking in this corner. So the more to the left you are, the more the car will turn. And then here you want to basically try to knock these green pylons off. Yeah, like see, I'm steering right for them. Okay, here, right at this line, I do a little back off. Maybe a little further. Right here. Yeah, as soon as I start to turn, I back off just to get the car to bite. And then you want to make sure that your left tire doesn't go on the right side of that white line. You're going to get a little jump. The car's jumping a bit. You want to keep your steering input. You can't let your right tire go in this blue. And then it's just flat out here. Try to shorten this corner out by cutting over to the right a bit and then letting the car drift out all the way to this line on the left. Then it's just a straight run down. And then like a super hard braking point right after this. So you see this end of the Armco barrier where the safety car can come out. As soon as that straightens out again, that's where I start braking. So you see me up to 100% braking. And then I start to trail off as I get to this cone. I start to trail off so that I can straddle this curbing here. You can go pretty far straddling this, as you'll see here. I don't even think it matters if your tire is not on the left side of this white line, because I was pretty close to the Armco barrier there. So, and then you let it coast a little bit, and then you just apply the brakes a little bit just to get it to straddle this curbing as well. Basically what I'm trying to do is straighten out the corner as much as I can within the limits of the track limits. And that will gain you speed. And then this one, you can do the same thing, but you have to make sure that your left tire is on this white line. And then again, it's a flat out run down the Mulsanne straight. You want to slowly drift your way over to the right side for the braking zone. And I like to straddle this white line when I get into the braking zone. So you see these, so the Armco goes up, and then there's two long grayer patches here. I start braking at this one. You'll see right here, I start braking. And then I bring it down into fourth. And I start turning in at that cone. And I want to straddle the curbing. And then once I feel like the car is settled, I'll bring it down into third and straddle over this curbing. I could have even gone a little bit further there. And then here I use second just to slow the car down and get it to turn a little bit more. And then as soon as the car is turning, I go back into third. So once it's done being upset there, I think I'm still in second here. Yeah, but usually I'll upshift into third there, but I think I needed to slow down a little bit more there. So upshift to third. Again, you don't really want to straddle this. You just want to have your left tires on the top of the ridge of this curbing. And then again, it's just flat out upshifting. Could have shifted a little bit earlier there. I held that too long. Okay, so this braking zone. Again, you want your right tires, they shouldn't be past these white lines, and aim for this pylon. And then as soon as you hit that pylon, you want to try to straight shot your braking, straddling this curb, making sure that your left tire doesn't go on the right side of this white line. And you want to brake basically in a straight line towards this cone over here. So what I'll do is I'll downshift, 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 and then when I get to this cone, I downshift to second, and then I turn in. But I also trail brake. I let off the brake a little bit, and I just finished my trail braking through the apex of this corner. So that once I get through the apex of the corner, I can get back on the gas hard. So right about here, I've shifted into second, and then I start turning in. So I'm as far out as I can be, and I'm trying to like open this very sharp corner up. But you can't have your left tires on this white line. You have to be like so close. This is very close to being an out of bounds, actually. So as soon as I know I'm just starting to pick up the throttle gradually here, and then I know, okay, the car's through the corner, I'm gonna get on it full. It's up to you. You can straddle this. I do it sometimes when I'm trying to do a fast lap or a qualifying lap, but in race trim, there's no need really to straddle it. You're not really going to gain that much time. Okay, this braking zone. You don't want your tires to be in this green paint, basically. You want to be just riding that green paint. And you'll see as soon as I get into this little bit of camber of the corner, I back down on the throttle, and then I start braking as soon as I start touching this orange line in here. And then I'm like hard braking. Like I would say 75%. Maybe I'm picking it up a bit because the car is straightened out. I'm trying to get down into third. And trying to keep the car from like sliding to the inside so I can open the corner up. I could have been a little bit more to the right here, but I think I broke a little bit too late. But you'll see I'm dancing on the brake here, trying to get the car to come to, like, I must have locked the brakes a bit there, and I'm trying to like catch the front end of the car again. So there, now that I'm at the apex, I'm starting to pick up the throttle again, but it's not 100%. It's like I'm not slamming the throttle down, because that'll make the car spin. So like 75%, 80%, 85%. And then once I know the car isn't going to be in the gravel over here, then I pick it up to 100%. Okay, here you want to be over, you can have your right tires on this white line, and you want to straddle this. So let's slow this down. You want to straddle this. Halfway through, you want to start your braking. And you should be in fourth, down to third, and then down to second, and then right here at this cone, I'm going to start turning in and just kind of clip this curbing. See how the car kind of went up a bit there? I clipped it, and then I'm trying to clip this grass, basically, to get around this corner. See, I'm steering more because I want more. There, I'm up on it. I hit the grass. It bounces the car a bit. I got to catch the car now. And then here we go, full throttle. Once I know that I've got a good exit, it's full throttle. Because it's flat tarmac there. There's quite a bit of grip. So can shorten up these little dog legs if you want. Okay, 7th gear. Okay, this here, I like to straddle this line, and as soon as I hit this patch, I'll hit the brake a little bit and downshift. And see, I went almost to 50% brake there, and then I'm just trailing off because I want the car. See, I'm dancing a bit on the brake because I'm trying to get the car as tight onto this curbing as I can, because that's going to affect your next 2 corners. If you're way out here, you're going to be slow through here. You want to be as far over to the right as you can. I should be holding full throttle all the way through the next 2 corners. And then here, I might back off a little bit. Yeah, I did. I picked it back up, and then I downshift and tap the brake a bit just to get the car to bite into the track. And then I'm dancing on the throttle here just to try to keep it tight to that inside. And as soon as here, let's back that up a bit here. Let's back it up. Okay. All right. So as soon as it straightens out, then you start your turn in. It looks like you're turning in too early, but what you can do with the throttle is you can lock up and unlock the diff, which makes the car, the back end of the car, rotate a little better. So once I know that I'm going to make it through and I'm on the curbing, I'm full on the throttle. And I may need to catch a slight slide coming out. Yeah. You see, like, I'm just keeping the car, you know, you don't want your left tire over this white line. That'll be an out of bounds until you get to about here. And then it's full throttle. Straddle this. Okay, now here, you can take a lot through here. You can have your right tires on this white line. Okay, here. Clip the grass on the right. Get your left tires over here, and then as soon as you do, you're hard braking down to 3rd, and you're basically steering to go to straddle this. You want to hit these, and then you want to hit this with the tire. And just straddling those curbs, and then as soon as you get the car settled down to 2nd, 50% braking, you can straddle up over these, get the car upset, and then a little bit on the sawtooth curbing, and then full out of the corner, full throttle. And that is a fast lap, as fast as I could do with the race trim at Le Mans. Let's watch it from the chase. So let's go back. Let's do this. So yeah, you'll be able to watch the track limits. So just missing. All the way to the left and then cut over. See, I could have been a little tighter on that corner on the curbing. That was a good exit through there. Shortening up the dog leg a bit. Little slide coming out of there. Slowly drift back over to the right. Coming into the braking zone, I want to be over to the right a bit. Yep. it's a really tricky track to learn how to keep your momentum up with. It's amazing how much time can be gained and lost in the corners with the right line and the wrong line, basically. Not the wrong line, but not a good line, basically. So yeah, that's how you get around Le Mans. At least that's the way I get around Le Mans. So hopefully this helps out some of the teammates, and hopefully they can improve their lap times. And we should kick ass here at Le Mans. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.